Hi, this is Di, and I thought it was time for me to pick up the camera after the way the weekend went. Started out on Saturday finding out that Christina Grimme, she was a contestant on The Voice. She came in third place. It was a year I watched really closely because there was a contestant, Emily B., who has von Hippel-Lindau, and so I was watching her to see how she was coping with her disease and being a singer and all of that, and I added her on Facebook back in that 6th season, and she posted on her Facebook that Christine had been shot in Orlando. And so, you know, you start to get details that she was after a show, she'd already performed, it was after the show, and that she was at the merch table doing a fan meet and greet, and somebody shot her, it looks like 4 or 6 times. Her brother tackled the person to the ground, and then the man with the gun shot himself. They put her in the ER and everything, but they couldn't do anything to save her. It was too bad. She was 22 years old. But it was really sad day on Saturday to think of that, to think of all of her fans. She was a big YouTuber, and that was a lot of her base on the show was people that were already fans off her YouTube channel. And so that was like a hard way to go to bed on Saturday night. So then Sunday morning I woke up and on my phone, Ben Bruns, or Bruns, I'm not sure how you say his last name, we could just call him Snacks. He had a Facebook check-in that he was safe in Orlando, which I thought was really weird because of what had happened with the shooting the night before. And so I saw that, and Ben's the sound guy for the band We the Kings, who are pretty much based out of Orlando at this point. And I thought that was really weird that he was safe in Orlando. I thought that was really strange. So that's when I started looking at social media about, well, what's going on in Orlando? And that's where I saw the news. We got up and went to church. I've never seen this before. They did all hymns, which didn't dawn on me until like the 3rd song that means they weren't copyright protected. They were all public domain. So I got one of the songs for you, and so I'll play that now. So then there was this video of our pastor talking about he's going to do a trip to Israel, and in the video he was standing on top of the mountain where Jesus had preached the Sermon on the Mount, and he read these verses. He recorded this back on his trip to Israel, so this is like 3 months ago, and then on this day he read these verses on video. This is from the Sermon on the Mount, which is in Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Then he went on to explain that when he was preparing the sermon, he had like this second sermon point that didn't tie into the other 3 parts of the sermon, and he couldn't figure out why it didn't work. And he called friends and asked what he should do because he's got this part of the sermon that doesn't work. And then he'd gotten up that morning and he figured out why God had laid that part of the sermon on his heart. So he's going to explain the events in Orlando.
I don't want to prompt you to fear or sadness. I want to provide for you because This is a difficult day in our country. Last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, a young man, 29 years old, called 911, pledged his allegiance to ISIS, and went into a gay club in Orlando and shot over 100 people. Why do I say this in church? Again, I'm not here to shock you, I'm here to pray. But I'm also here to follow Jesus with you. And this is a day like possibly no other, where if there is something to be mad about, in this situation, everybody in our country is going to find something to be mad about. And in this situation, if there's something to be sad about, there's something in this situation to be sad, deeply saddened about. This is a horrific crime, but it will pull many people many different directions. I think there's over 50 that are already casualties and over 50 that are in the hospital. And I don't know what nailed Jesus to the cross, but it was things that make me mad and things that make me sad. And if as Christians we don't learn how to be in a culture that's mad and sad and still carry that tension and be present where our world is in pain, we don't understand following Jesus yet.
So came home, took a nap, and had to go to youth group, which was great. Coming home, I felt like I really needed to just go look at something beautiful. And so I went down to the park to show you guys the sunset, because it was beautiful. But I kept being distracted by the people. There was this really cute older couple that came up and talked to me. They saw something in the water and they wanted to know if I could see it and if I had binoculars or some fancy camera that I could see it with, which I couldn't. They were really adorable. And there was a family and they had their kids. And I couldn't help but think of the parents who've lost their children. This is not a time to make any rash political decisions. They lost children, they lost brothers, they lost sisters. These were people that were somebody's baby that they brought home from the hospital. I mean, a lot of these people are my kids' age. My heart goes to all of those parents. I almost lost my child this year. I know that feeling just a little bit, just enough to really have my heart hurt for them. I'm sorry. Obviously, I didn't watch Christina Grimme's channel very much, so I'm sending out to her family, to her brother, to them I send my love and condolences, and of course I send it out to all of the Orlando families. I can't imagine the pain you're experiencing today, and it's going to last for a long time. I don't think this stuff gets better. I think it just gets where you have to get on with your day. So prayers for the ones that are still in the hospital. Just my heart is to Orlando and to anybody who lost a loved one, and I'm sure you feel the same way. To my own family, I know you watch these vlogs, so to my mom, to my sister and her family, to my husband and my kids, I love you so much. Stay safe.